Hello and welcome to a short video on the software Mystro, the professional software for BaZi, date select, and Feng Shui, which you can buy from me. And I want to show you a little bit what you have at your fingertips if you can use this software for your own. So in this video, I will focus a little bit on the part on Horoscope BaZi. There's other parts, there's other videos in this channel which you can look at. So let's do this for today. Let's have a look at the data for a guy whom I called Mr. Strange. And later on, you will know why I gave him this name. So this is one of the sheets where you can enter the personal data for a person. And I will not explain all this in detail now, just a short hint that here you have the official time of birth, and if you have selected to adjust it to local time, here you will see what the local time is, and that's provided for many, many cities around the world, and for most cities in Europe, also summertime for the last few decades is provided by the software. You don't have to bother about that. So let's say now we want to know the horoscope for this guy, and I press this button. Mystro always functions by pressing one of numerous buttons. And so let's apply Mr. Strange now. So here comes a message which says, preparing the horoscope may take several minutes. Please be patient. I confirm that. And then we will see the next message coming up, which shows that Mystro is really very exact, and it shows the exactness, so you can make good use of it if you know about it. It gives you much more than just what other tools on the market might show you. So the message here is, where do you want to go? Stay here or go to the horoscope? I want to stay here, but I want to have you pay attention to this which came up, this attention. And I will show you shortly what it means. So I say, let's stay here for a moment. And now the message is, birth data is near change of chi, see personal details first. And you could have imagined that if you know that the 4th of February mostly is the beginning of a new month in the Chinese solar calendar. And if you want to follow the rule, it's also the beginning of a new year. You don't have to follow this rule in Mystro. You can follow the other rule about the winter beginning of a new year, but let's do it like most people do it for now. So I have prepared that sheet with the change of chi beforehand. So I just say no here, because then I can switch over and have to not readjust it for the screen now. So here are the chi details for the time of birth for Mr. Strange. You can see here the beginning of the month, the end of the month, and the time he was born. And you see that it's just 51 minutes away from the beginning of the month. So if it's this close, you might always wonder whether it's correct or whether it might have been in the hour before that, and then another month would apply. Down here, you see that we are in the month of the tiger now, and this little thing here indicates the day inside the month. And you also see that the month before was the month of the ox. And I think you don't have to know much about BaZi, but ox and tiger look very different. So if he's born a tiger, it's different from if he's born an ox. Especially it's the month, and the month is related to the professional life and the tiger will be completely different in his professional behavior than an ox. So it is well worthwhile to know a little bit more about this, and not, as you might have seen from other tools, just provide the data for the time of birth and then go for that. It might be right, it might be wrong. In any case, it's worthwhile to ponder a little bit about it. By the way, in here, the colors indicate that we have hidden stamps, so-called hidden stamps for the month. And this can be earth, fire, and wood for the tiger. And it's important if the day is still in the earth or is already in the wood. This can make a difference for the strength of the day stamp. And you have all this in Mystro. Anyhow, let's have a look at the horoscope as we calculated it right now. Here you see the 4 main pillars, and in another video I show you that you can have Chinese characters as well. Here is the current fate or luck, whatever you will call it, and down here you have the 10 cycles of 10 years following from Metal Rabbit up to here, and we are in the middle, and the lines indicate where we are. And down here we have the years in this current luck. So you have an overview of what might happening to this person in the current fate and the current year. On the other hand, to the left, it's a pillar which I call the karmic pillar. Others call it the life house. Joy Apps calls it the soul palace. So it gives additional information if you want to use it. Then there's one more thing I want to show you here. I have to make it a little bit bigger so that I can show it to you. And that's up here. It shows you when the current cycle of 10 years has begun. In this case, it was early 2016, and in my experience in consultations, this is very important because change of 10-year cycle can mean a drastic change in life for the person. So it's always good to know when this is going to happen. If it's going to happen in the next couple of years, it may change quite a bit for that person. So now I've switched to another sheet in the software where we can go into more detail about the horoscope. For now, I just show you our day, month, and year. To the side, we have the 2 other columns. I'll show that later, and they are included in the combinations. So not to worry that you see combinations of earth and metal here where you don't know where they come from. I will show you in a minute, but for the moment, I will show you one combination which is not that much known, which is this one, which means that earth, wood, and metal combine to something called rare Shi or mystical Shi, in this case called heaven, which means it's a very spiritual situation that this Mr. Strange is born with, and he should better do his best efforts to live up to that spiritual challenge in his life. Now let's just scroll down a little bit, and if you know what's in here, you will recognize it, and if you don't know, you may want to study it so you have an idea at least that all this is available in Mystro and you can work with it. So now we have the 4 pillars in the center, and to the side the same columns as we had before. And now I also switched on the color for the possible combinations. So for example, here we have a possible combination of metal and wood to metal, and of wood and earth to earth. And down here we have a lot of combinations going into fire, and one also into wood for the pig and the tiger. So the color is off here and on here, and you can decide whether you want to believe in a single combination or not, and then just have that one shown which you believe in. It's a lot of possibilities for you to play around till you find the solution which really is the one this person lives. Apart from the pillars and related information, there's much more available in Mystro. For example, here you have the strength of the elements, and here you have an overview of the 12 mansions, and also according to different teachings. So I can't explain anything here, but I would like to let you know that there's much more than I can explain in this short video. Last thing for today, I just want to show you what can happen with other hours. This is the one we have discussed so far, and now I just switch it by one of the many other features in Mystro to the first hour of the day. And you can see it's a completely different story. We have another month, another year, and completely different elements in the chart. So if you have some body where you have the day only and not the hour of birth, be very careful on making any conclusions in just calculating the day without the hour. It can be completely wrong, and please be sure that you get the right hour or do some examinations what can happen for different hours. As you could see, Mystro can help you a lot in this, as it's very flexible and it's also very precise. So I hope this has been interesting for you, and you will be interested to learn more by a personal presentation. And in the end, if you have it at your own fingertips, you will have more success with less efforts, and you can always learn new things, and I will be happy to coach you in learning it. My name is Andreas Schöning, and I'm in this area of Feng Shui, BaZi, and software for more than 20 years now. So I have a lot of experience, and I'm happy to share it with you if you contact me. You have all the data available here, or also at my website, Mystro Feng Shui Software, and I will be happy to hear from you. And if you're interested, please also watch the other videos or read the documentation. Thanks for watching for now, and all the best. And I hope I will hear from you in the not too distant future. Bye for now.